University, software engineering, IT security, multimedia, accounting and business management, banking, logistics, leadership and soft skill courses, global standardized content, most updated syllabi, ask your expert option, placement assistance and more. James Bank is a CSR initiative along with the objective of global placement. It helps in organizing job fairs, recruitment drives for availing the right jobs for the deserving students, and it truly connects with our motto of making professionals globally. This is completely for public. Alliances of G-Tec, associating with renowned certification bodies like Microsoft, Adobe, SAP, ACCA, IBM, IAB UK, ICDL, EC Council, IIBI, Interlingue, and Tally. We help our students to stay truly global. Tech continues its eventful voyage by transforming the lives of students through quality education worldwide.
Thank you, Suraj, for this video. And I'll just like few more moments to introduce our speaker, Mr. Deepak Padiyat. He's the Vice President of GTech Education, and he'll be conducting this session today. So, without any further ado, I'll just hand over the session to Deepak sir. Deepak sir, you are most welcome for today's event, and thank you so much for supporting us today. And you may now please take control of the meeting and please start the session.
Sure. Thank you so much, Navneet. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I see Mr. Bakul here, Mr. Kapil, Mr. Mayur, Mohit, Pranav, Prasan, Pratik, Puneet, Suraj, Vaishnavi. Thank you so much for being here for the session. Myself, Deepak Padiyat. I work with G-Tec Group of Institutions as its Vice President. I take care of strategic alliances. That's why I'm here. So I coordinate with the international bodies. So whatever I know about the partners, especially about SAP, I'll share it here for you. So please feel free to open up yourself. Any questions you are most welcome to shoot it at me. Whatever I know, I'll definitely share with you. So without wasting any further time, let me share my video with you. A small presentation is there. I'll make it quick and crisp. I think I'll take mostly 30 minutes to explain the whole concept. Then it will be 10 minutes of interactive session where you can ask me any queries on SAP, and then we'll wind off the session. Yeah, so welcome to the session. If you want to share something now, you're open to do that. You have any suggestions to me, friends? Yeah,
Yes,
let
sir.
me, yeah. You have any questions?
No, sir, you may please go ahead. We'll start.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Nirmit. And Mr. Nirmit is the director for our Vesu Center. So he's your neighbor. I am basically out there in Kerala, which is basically the admin office for this whole institutions, and we manage all the India operations from here. Our corporate office is in Singapore, as being said in the presentation. So without saying much about G-Tech, let me go to SAP, because that's why we are here together. So SAP, most of us would know what SAP is, but for others also, especially for people who do not know what SAP is, I'll definitely cover those topics too. SAP is actually an ERP software. If you're not aware, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, which is basically a software which manages the entire resources of an organization. It can be logistics, it can be human resource, it can be machinery, it can be analysis, or even finance, whatever it is. The single ERP system, a software, manages the entire operations of an organization. If you look at normal micro, small, medium enterprises, you can find that there would be only one software. It would be mostly Tally or any other accounting software which manages the billing section or the accounting section. But if you look at the other divisions or functionalities of the organization, we will find that it is mostly not automated or not in a systemized manner. So this is the relevance of ERP system, where it manages the entire resources of an organization. Right from the purchase department, it takes care of the entire movement of the raw materials until it is being produced. and the moment it is produced, it will take care of the entire logistic stuff. It will also forecast the demand of the market. So it's a 360-degree automation of any organization. So ERP is basically an organization, is basically a software which manages the entire operation of an organization. So this is why SAP or ERP has got this much popularity. If you don't know this, this is something which is very astonishing fact for most of us. Our world, I would say 100% of us Indians are using ERP in one way or another. Even if I look at India, so Indian market. So if I look at Indian Railways, or if I look at say Department of Defense, if I look at any huge government organization, or even huge, if I take 10 best companies in India, all the 10 companies would be using SAP or some other ERP to manage its operations. So world is actually depending on the system known as ERP. Now, these are the best known brands in the market. SAP is the world's number one. Then we have Microsoft Dynamics and Oracle. There are lot and lot of ERP. Even G-Tec is actually working on an ERP known as GEMS, G-Tec Electronic Management System. So similarly, you can also develop ERP system. The only criteria for being it called as an ERP is that it controls the entire operations. It controls the entire resource of an organization. So that's it. So what makes SAP number one? I'm sure this video would say it loud for you. Yeah, I'm submitting this for you. Please enjoy. I hope you heard that sound. Is the audio clear for you?
Yes, that's clear. Sir, I think your video is not visible. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, the video
We
is
are
not
not
visible.
able to see the video.
Hello, admin.
Yes. Hello. 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 Is anyone there? Hello, Deepak sir. Hello. 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 Sir. Hello.
Yeah. So this is what SAP says. The best run
Hello.
businesses run SAP.
Hello.
Sir, we can't see anything there.
Yeah,
Hello.
the video wasn't playing. It was only the audio that ran.
Pardon?
There was no video playing.
Oh, is it? Is it the
Yeah.
same for others too?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone, sir.
I'm really sorry for that. I apologize for that. Let me give it a try again. Can you see the screen now with an
Yeah, now
aeroplane?
it's okay.
I'm really sorry, guys. You couldn't see my screen. Shall I play this again for you?
Yeah, sir, please.
Thank you. I hope the audio is clear for you, the video is clear for you.
Yes, sir, it's clear now.
Yeah, so that's it. SAP, this is the whole motto of, or this is what they say about themselves. The best run businesses run SAP. Now, what makes it number one cloud business software? They have more than 18,300 partners worldwide. When I say partners, there are two kinds of audience for them. One is basically customers. If I take Airtel or if I take Indian Army, they are all say customers to SAP where they are using the software. When they say about partners, partners including like Microsoft or Wipro or TCS, these are companies who helps organization customize SAP for them. So they get the software for the organization, they tailor it based on the organization needs, and they help the customers use the software in a very optimized manner. So these are known as customers. So they have more than 18,300 partners who help customizing SAP for the customers. Similarly, if you look at the Forbes list, most, I would say 91% of the companies under Forbes Global are using SAP. A lot of credibilities, lot of this is something which actually keeps SAP very special. If I take the top 250 retailers, 208 of them are using SAP. You look at any industries, even top universities, 97 universities out of 100 are using SAP in some ways or another. 50 world's safest banks are using say SAP as its CRM or its complete data management system. It's not banking, it's not just finance, it's not just FMCG or service sector. If you look at any sector, the average penetration ratio is more than 65%, which means if I look at any sector of companies, any sector of organizations, they are using SAP in some ways or another. So these are the penetration ratio. If I look at the discrete manufacturing sector, 83% of the manufacturers are using SAP. So if your qualification is MBA, if your qualification is hotel management, if your qualification is carpentry, whatever it is, you will find a job in SAP. That is something which makes SAP very special. These are the some of the volume of work it does. I'm just interested in this. They say that more than 75,000 automobiles are manufactured per day by the SAP customers. I'm sure 77,000 automobiles is a big number for a day, and that's the volume of business what SAP customers are doing. And these are all the partners in the customers or the partners in India. These are there are 1,600 plus service technology partners, including Accenture, Microsoft, Infosys. You name the top companies, they're all partners with SAP to customize their services for the customers. Similarly, this is their reach, third biggest IT company in the world with a turnover of 100,000 crore. So that's the whole business turnover that they have. Now the question comes from a job seeker perspective: what kind of job would I seek in SAP? Is finance the only option for me, or if I've done my B-Tech, if I've done my MBA, if I've done my mechanical engineering, do I have a right prospect in SAP? So if you look at SAP, there are two kinds of job. One is basically functional. Functional means accounting is a functional job, or manufacturing is a functional stuff, finance is a functional stuff. So whichever, when you say it's a function, it's a job in an organization, we call it functional. And the other is basically technical, which is basically customizing the SAP software for the company. So technical is purely for the technical people, and functional is basically for the organization operation kind of matter. So let me give a detail on this. If I take functional, purchase is actually a functional stuff. So if in purchase, I would say purchase management or supply chain management or maybe sales, everything comes under this module. Similarly, if I want to manage my finance, it is considered as a say functional module. And the most, I would say, if I look at SAP itself, the most buzzed out word is SAP FICO. So FICO stands for SAP Finance and Control. That's it. Similarly, I have something for logistic, I have something for plant maintenance, or I have something for project management. So in SAP, they call it project systems. So I have a system for quality system. So everything is covered, and it comes under the umbrella of functional. Similarly, I have a technical module in SAP. It has around 34 technical modules, including ABAP is one of the most talked out module in that. ABAP stands for Advanced Business Analysis and Programming. I think that's the full form of it. It basically stands for the customization of SAP say interface for the customers. Similarly, SAP Leonardo is a most recent, I would say, module of SAP which connects organization with latest technologies, including IoT or machine learning or AI. So these kind of latest technologies you can incorporate your organization through SAP Leonardo. Similarly, I have SAP Fiori, SAP Basis. These are all softwares or technology platforms on which you can customize the interfaces. So suppose you are a graduate or a postgraduate in IT, and you are interested in development or designing, web designing even, you can consider these technical modules. So then the question comes, now I don't know where to start. So being in this, being a partner of SAP for the last 6-7 years, I would say please start with SAP S4 HANA. S4H is something they call in the industry here. So SAP S4 HANA would give you a first step into SAP, where you can learn how an ERP system is implemented in an organization and how it is used. Similarly, you also have modules for technology and for functional. So how do you start? This is something which always confuses. If you look at SAP market, people would say that like go for consulting programs, or why don't you start with power user? There are programs for even for +1, +2 students on SAP. So let me give a step-by-step say progress of SAP courses. Start with SAP K. That's what I personally advise. If you are a student of 10th standard or even +1, +2, you can start with SAP end user programs. They call it K or knowledge accelerators. Suppose you have done your graduation, you're looking for a supervisor kind of job, the best module would be power user. And the third and the best would be consultant. It is the one of the best course in the world. But what happens here, I personally do not suggest consultant program for freshers, because it's basically for people who have a PG qualification in the domain, plus at least 1 to 2 years of working experience, because consultant is a person who customizes SAP software for an organization. Suppose you own an organization, you own a big organization, and you want to customize SAP software for a finance desk. You would never give this responsibility to a fresher. Why? Because that involves a lot of practical experience. So consultant program is basically for people who are PG qualified, plus they have 1 to 2 years of working experience. Now, there is another option here. How do I go and learn the courses? Especially during this pandemic, I do not have an option to go to any center and learn. So this is where SAP has come with a solution. They call it as SAP Learning Hub, SAP LH in the short form. So this is a gateway to all SAP learning resources. I'll show you a small video which explains SAP Learning Hub for you. It also would give you, say, the interface on the look and feel of it. Please enjoy. Okay, I believe you can see this screen with access.
Yes.
Okay, you also heard the audio part of it, right?
Welcome to SAP Learning Hub, your one-stop for 24/7 access to unlimited online SAP training and resources, when, where, and how you want. If you're new to SAP Learning Hub, we suggest starting with learning journeys, which are visual roadmaps.
Okay, let me stop it here. Suppose you are a fresher in SAP and if you don't know where to start, this is known as a learning journey. So you can, suppose you are a finance professional, or you have done your BCom or your MCom, or you are into programming, you can type just programming here. Okay, and then it shows the entire learning journey, every milestone until you reach the global certification. Yeah.
To recommended enablement titles that will take you from product introduction to full competency. Check out the first steps in SAP Learning Hub learning journey for an overview of how to quickly get the most out of your SAP Learning Hub experience. Start by joining the Welcome Room in SAP Learning Hub. The Welcome Room provides quick links to handy getting started resources.
So this is very important here. If you, the moment you have this SAP Learning Hub with you, just click here and start the entire contents. So it is a self-paced, completely guided tour so that you understand where to start, where to go, and where to end with the certification.
Like an events listing of upcoming live sessions, an Ask Questions section where you can also see replies to previous questions as well as connect with other learners, get support, and watch tips and tricks videos. Learning journeys also link to topic-specific SAP learning rooms that cover your areas of interest with focused resources such as tutorials, best practices, live session events, and collaboration spaces. You can also access SAP Learning Rooms directly from your SAP Learning Room homepage. The Learning Content dropdown also lets you directly access your learning content, so you can pick and choose the courses you wish to take in the order you'd like to take them. If you're an SAP Live Access subscriber, you can access the fully configured live software environment so you can practice hands-on on your software. We hope you found this short intro tour helpful. Thanks for joining SAP Learning Hub, and we look forward to providing you with a great learning experience.
So that's Learning Hub. It's I would say the gateway to the SAP industry, gateway to the SAP Global Certification. Now this is what they have shown. This is the home screen where you get learning journey, learning content, explore learning rooms, and most importantly, this is what I really loved about this interface. You get access to live events. So whenever they have live sessions from the masters, they'll post you on that, and you can join the sessions free the moment you have this Learning Hub with you. The most important stuff here is that you are not limited to a single course. You have access to the entire contents. Even if you're a management professional and you want to learn not just accounting, you want to learn what HR is happening, what management is doing in SAP, what or how the material management is done in SAP, you can do that. Everything, the entire contents are open for you. You're not limited to use any one of the course. You get access to around 150 courses, including accounting, human capital management, SCM, or sales and distribution. These are all the modules which you get access to. There are a list of around 1,858 topics which are completely open for you. Yeah, so these are all the modules which you can take. There are even certifications which are mapped to it. So especially for people who are doing their finance or accounting courses, FICO is the module which I propose. Similarly, for the engineering students, you can either go with ABAP or material management. Yeah, ABAP is a superb module for people who are aspiring programming careers. So these are all the modules which you get access to. Leonardo is actually a hell of stuff. If you really love latest technologies, you should definitely explore Leonardo on that. I'm personally a software engineer, so I really loved the Fiori and the Leonardo interface. These are all the okay. Success factor is something which is purely soft skill based, so you can get into the success factor and you can learn on the other aspects apart from the professional ones. So there are around 1,858 topics. You can go to our G-Tec Virtual University website and you can find the entire topics. I believe Mr. Nirmit, the director for the center, can share the entire list of topics with you so that you can pick and choose the best ones and not just limit to it. That's my personal suggestions to you. Last and most important is basically you can even look at the certifications because there are a lot of options for you. You can either, the moment you complete your finance or your ABAP, you can apply for these kind of certifications. Additional to Learning Hub, you can subscribe this, you can pay for it and apply for it, global certifications. The global certification comes directly from a German office and it is online verifiable certificate. So these are the certificate levels, and it is even has said consultant, associate consultant certifications, which you can go with. Yeah. So if you don't know where to start, how to start, don't worry. The moment you have this Learning Hub with you, there is a video known as First Step in Learning. You just have to play it and you'll be taken to the right contents. And it's completely responsive website where you can learn the entire contents on any of the gadgets. Normally we suggest to go with a laptop because there are a lot of contents which, especially the reading contents, which you can go with a wider screen. Yeah, so it has live sessions, it has recorded videos, presentations, blogs, ebooks, case studies, inquiries, collaborations, learning rooms. Around 12 or 13 such learning tools are there in the SAP Learning Hub. So this is my learning room where you can see my name here. This is my Learning Hub learning room where I can search for the courses, I can edit my profile, I can even search for the right programs which suits my interest or my aspirations. So I searched for ABAP and this is what I found. So you can just click and traverse through the modules. And this is a global collaborative space where you can connect with the professionals and the experts in the domain. Yeah, and most importantly, as a freebie, this is something you get as gift, where there are around thousands of bookbound books which are easily downloadable books. So what I've done, the moment I got subscribed, I downloaded around 100 plus ebooks. So, and especially audiobooks. So whenever I go for jogging, I keep this on my head, which really helps me improve my productivity. So you can download all these books and you can enjoy the contents. Yeah, it's 24/7 because it's all like cloud access, so you can access it. If you want a certification, you have option to go with it. If you want live server access, you can additionally purchase this and you can use it. Yeah, and everyone without a say what we are charging is basically 9,900 rupees for this SAP Learning Hub, when SAP is charging 19,800, 19,980 for this whole package. So we are selling this out at 40% off, and along with this you get a SAP participation certificate which says that you have practiced SAP Learning Hub in the particular domain for 50 hours. So you can use this even for the employment purposes. Now, this is the certification relevance and the Learning Hub video, which is published by SAP. The last video for the day. Please enjoy it.
Build SAP skills anytime, anywhere, at your own pace with SAP Learning Hub, our training and enablement platform that allows you to experience our next-gen online SAP learning. Browse hundreds of online courses and experience social and collaborative learning with experts and peers, fully accessible on cloud. Personalize the way you learn best, always adjusted to your individual level of knowledge and closely linked to your professional task. Choose your course based on your relevant area of interest thanks to our clear learning journeys, whenever and wherever you like, 24/7. Push your SAP skills to a next level through the SAP Global Certification Program in the cloud. The SAP Global Certification Program is designed for the digital world with innovative, award-winning certification in the cloud delivered directly by SAP. Stay current with the newest advances and validate your expertise and experience with SAP certifications. Promote and verify your proficiency using SAP Global Certification digital badges. The program offers all types of certification for key SAP software, roles, and skill levels thanks to our virtual training and online exams that are continuously updated for every SAP Cloud product release. SAP Learning Hub and SAP Certification Hub. Build SAP mastery with continuous online learning from anywhere. Sign up today.
So this is the global product which is right now on this slide, and the most important part here, the moment you become certified in SAP global stuff, your name would be listed there, your profile would be listed in the SAP credential manager, which is directly accessible with the SAP customers and employers. So the moment you get certified, your profile would be listed in the SAP credential manager. So that is the link between you and your employer. So there is no need for you to depend on any third-party organization. You get direct access to the employer sites. Yeah. So this is my submission to you. And most importantly, why should you look at SAP? They have 4.37 lakh SAP customers or employers. Most sustainable careers. So I just browsed for the SAP jobs in Naukri, and this is what I found: more than 35,647 on April 28th. So I browsed this on April 28th, and even when during this pandemic, SAP jobs are open. So because as per the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, SAP companies stand the best. So don't just believe what someone else is saying. Just browse for yourself and see the prospect of SAP jobs. So these are all the placement updates which I found in various placement opportunities or the portals. So when it comes to career, it's always about standing very special. So I expect that this presentation was useful for you. You at least understood what SAP and what the modules are, various learning opportunities, and the Learning Hub. I'm done with my presentation, and my session is open for your comments and suggestions. Thank you so much, and the room is all yours. Yes, friends, please shoot me questions.
Yeah, hi, Puneet this side. So I just want to I'm working in operations, and I'm not belonging to any technical field right now. Means it's a totally core operations. So
Okay.
I have done my MBA in finance and minor. It was a dual specialization, and major was the finance and minor was the marketing. So I'm having almost 13 years of experience. So where I can see in SAP, if it is FI is okay, and how to proceed with it.
I suggest to go start with SAP S/4HANA ERP, where you can get to know how SAP manages the entire operations. That is first step. Secondly, you can go with administration. You can go with analysis because you 5 years, you said 13 years.
Yeah, it's a 13 years.
That's a long tenure, Mr. Puneet.
Yeah.
So you could go with analysis. Superb option, especially you can become an analyst in SAP.
Okay,
That's
so
what
what
I
analysts
personally
do in
suggest.
the SAP?
You forecast the businesses, decision making, help organization decision making.
Yeah. So currently we are doing a similar type of activity, but format is different. Like we are doing the budgeting, forecasting, everything, but not in SAP.
Okay, SAP has a standardized module for that. You can just type analysis and you can find a lot of modules which are connected to it. So always start with the basic module and then you can progress based on, because the moment you start learning, it will automatically, it has an AI part in it, which gives you which keeps on suggesting the best modules which suits your interests.
And is there any certification for analyst as well?
Yes, there are around 134 certification tracks which you can follow and take. The moment you type analyst, they will give you learning journey. Learning journey means it would say, look, this is the first step, this is the second step, and ultimately you have to go with this global certification. So everything would be there in the learning journey. It's known as the learning journey. I hope you have seen that, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that suggests the entire path.
And how will be the total cost, like from the learning to certification?
The learning hub costs you 9,900 plus taxes, which is 11,682 rupees, inclusive of all the expenses. That's only for learning, where you can learn the entire modules. 150 modules are there. You can pick and choose anything. It's valid until May 2021. So you get a lot of time for preparing. And most importantly, if you want to go with live access, you can purchase that. That comes additional. If you want to have hands-on experience, if you want to practice on servers, with this Learning Hub user ID, you can purchase the live server. For the certification, for the students, the university students, they are charging, say, close to 12,000 rupees. And for the professionals like you, they are charging 37,000 rupees for the global certifications, consultant certifications.
Per module.
Yeah, per module.
Hello, Papa.
Is that a kid, Puneet?
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, it's my my daughter. Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
She's singing some song.
Yeah.
Sorry for the disturbance.
I just escaped from my home. No, it's not a disturbance.
Lucky guy.
Happens. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the question, Mr. Puneet. Thank you so much for asking that. Anyone else? I'll be really happy to answer your questions. Ms. Aarti, Ms. I see Saurav, I see Mohit, Saumya. Please shoot me questions. No, you have come for the session. I have another 5 more minutes for us, so we'll be happy to answer your questions. Manik, Mansi, Saumya, Saurav, Vaishnavi, Vijay Kumar. I hope this is clear for you at least. Was the session all clear for you, friends? You can type in chat if you have an issue with the connectivity. I think Mr. Nirmit can wind up the session, have a closing note for us, and also share his number with us so that in case you have any further questions, technical stuff, he can clear it for you. Mr. Nirmit, you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you please?
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Deepak sir, for sparing his special, time for us in this event.
Most welcome.
And I'll just inform Prasanna to please share our number in the chat. And for others, you may also note our numbers. G-Tec Vesu numbers are 9099 586 546, and other number is 898 0021 008. I'm Nirmit. I'm the center director. You can definitely call me or message me in case of any queries or want to know more about SAP Learning Hub, or any other courses. You may feel free to message us. We are also hosting an event on Azure, Microsoft Azure. That is our technical based event. that will be hosted today and in the evening at 5 p.m. So if you all feel, you may also join that webinar. So thank you for joining and thank you for spending such an on a Saturday your time. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Deepak sir, once again.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you,
and
team, for
all of you,
coordinating.
please take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you, Deepak. It was a nice, really nice session. Like I was not aware that much about the SAP, but now having some links, so I can pull the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
stream.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Most
Thank you
welcome.
for your
It
knowledge.
was
Yeah.
my pleasure. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.